pharmaceutical companies developing these drugs earlier in their plans for their use in children. Since cancer in children is a rare disease, it's not a potential market for drug companies, so they ignored this area of medicine in terms of drug development. But pediatric oncologists did work together, build clinical trials, and used the available drugs, the one already approved for use in adults. And they have developed academic clinical research, clinical trials that were using the drugs available. And this was the way the cure rate of children with cancer moved from less than 50% to up to 75%. To make the next step, we need the very innovative drugs, and we need them as soon as possible, not waiting for them to be approved in adults. So this is the reason why, despite pharmaceutical companies ignored pediatric oncology during the last 50 years, there has been dramatic improvement in cure rate for children with cancer, because pediatric oncologists work together using the available drugs. It was in the last 50 years very, very little or even nothing in terms of investment in pharmaceutical industry in the pediatric oncology area. Not only pediatric oncology, but largely pediatrics. And this is the reason why in 2000 the European Parliament voted a resolution to ask the Commission to provide a regulation in Europe that will improve the quality of the drugs being used for the disease in children. So we will see changes, major changes from now and in the future in the way drugs are being studied. Drugs are being accessible for diseases such as cancer in children, which are life-threatening diseases. The issue is to prioritize, to develop, and to speed up development. So how to do that? First, to look at the biology of tumors, to look at the pediatric tumor models, to look before studying the drug in children, is there any reason that this drug may be active in a pediatric disease? So there is a need to fund in Europe such a platform, such a network of people from different countries working together to better understand the biology of pediatric malignancies, to develop the relevant models to evaluate compounds, and thus to be able to contribute to the choice of the drugs to be entering into the clinical development. The second level is to strengthen our network in Europe. We need to professionalize this network further. And there is a real need to support this from the European Union to be able to address the major issues, develop drugs, pick up the best, speed up the development for the care of children. And there is a need for training of people who will do this development in the next years and will participate to increasing the capacity at the European level to improve further cure rates and quality of cure for children with cancer by using these new compounds. So clearly, the three steps, or the 3 points, or the three something to be supported by Europe is structure, platforms, biology, and preclinical evaluation, translational research, clinical networks, and training.